Hi, I'm Senior Airman Carley Smith, and I'm here with Master Sergeant Ben Ackerman from Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. I'm from the Public Affairs Office, and we're going to talk a little bit about Sergeant Ackerman's job today. Not just your job, but what you're into, and we're just going to get to know you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's start off with, where do you work?
I am a contracting officer at the 4th Contracting Squadron on Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. So what we do at the contracting squadron, a lot of people hear the word contracting, they think automatically construction, stuff. It's part of what we do. Any kind of services or commodities or construction that gets done on the Air Force Base that isn't done by a person in uniform or by a government service employee, we handle that. We are basically the business advisors for the wing. So we are the stewards of the taxpayer dollars. We are responsible for making sure that the government follows all the federal acquisition regulations, all contract laws, fiscal laws, all these other types of things. So it's a really great job. Love my job. It's one of the few careers I know that you actually get to see how the whole picture works together, and you get to see what everybody's piece of the mission is. So it's fantastic. Been doing contracting for 16 years and just absolutely love it.
Awesome. 16 years. So a lot goes into that. How long have you been at Seymour Johnson specifically?
I came to Seymour Johnson, I moved here from San Antonio, Texas in June of 2015.
Okay, so about 4.5, is that what we're looking at?
Yep, love it here so far.
Have you been here the whole time, or have you?
No, actually I just returned from a deployment where I was working for Special Operations Command Africa, and we were doing a fantastic mission out there, helping train their warfighters, helping them achieve stability and security within their own nation. So very rewarding joint environment, which was fantastic to see how all the other different sister services work together. You know, we always have that kind of brother-sister camaraderie type thing, but at the end of the day, especially a lot of the joint commanders, they recognize the technical expertise and the professionalism that the Air Force brings to the table. And it was just fantastic to get to work with such an amazing group of warfighters.
Very neat. So with a job that has so much that goes into it, what would you say your favorite part is?
I would honestly, it's like I said earlier, just the ability to get out and see different parts of people's jobs. And it's something that I encourage the airmen that I work with to do as well, is because you know, we buy, whether it's buying services for, say, a medical consultant at the hospital, or constructing a indoor playground, the rec area, which is opening I think next week on Seymour Johnson, or just buying a simple toolkit. Going to see that toolkit and saying, okay, I'm buying this toolkit for this F-15 maintenance guy on the flight line. There's a lot of paperwork and a lot of stuff that goes with it, but let me go see how this impacts his job and how these new tools will help him, you know, produce better maintained aircraft, better sorties, increase the warfighter, that kind of stuff. So I think just to be able to see that direct impact of what you do and how much your job can help that other person do their job.
Definitely. So you definitely have the interesting aspect of seeing the whole Air Force. So what would you say your favorite part of the Air Force is, or serving in the Air Force?
I've been fortunate in that I've gotten to travel a lot with contracting, Air Force contracting specifically. We are the contracting workhorse for the DoD. We do more than 3/4 of the deployments. So the majority of my time I've spent in the joint environment, but also I've been lucky in that I've gotten to see a lot of different locations. I've been stationed in England, Alaska, Texas, Alabama. I've gotten deployed all over the Middle East, gotten to travel a lot of really cool places and meet some really great people. And so just the travel and the exposure to the different cultures and people from different walks of life that not everybody gets. It's amazing. It's fantastic. And it's great to see that what all that diversity brings to the table as far as the Air Force mission.
Definitely. Well, while your job is very interesting, I'm sure you don't spend all of your time at work. So let's touch on a little bit of what you do in your off time. Any hobbies?
Yeah, actually, I'm a very big motorcycle rider.
Ooh, okay.
I have a motorcycle club here in town, the Fallen Saints. We do a lot of veterans causes and a lot of things for the vets and just the
Very cool.
community in general. And then I'm also very involved with the Wayne County Veterans and Patriots Coalition. Do a lot of work with them, and our big focus right now, of course, is Wreaths Across America. I'm the site coordinator for Eastern Carolina State Veterans Cemetery for Wreaths. Been working with Wreaths for about 5 or 6 years. Fantastic organization,
Yes.
great cause, and that's been our big focus lately, is just making sure that we honor all the veterans that are here in town, and giving back to the community, I think is really important. It's definitely something that has been instilled in me from the time I entered the Air Force, and making sure that we're not just making our country better as a military force, but making sure that we're making our local communities better, and we're being good citizens.
Definitely. So let's touch on the Wreaths Across America thing, because that's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yes.
So when is that going down, and where?
So it's going to be December 17th, and the ceremony this year is going to be at Evergreen Memorial Cemetery out in Rosewood. It's going to be at 12 o'clock noon. It always starts at noon, and it's based off of Arlington time, because they try to do the ceremonies at
same time everywhere.
Same time everywhere. But if you're not here in the Goldsboro area, just find a local national cemetery, and there is a Wreaths Across America ceremony there. They always try to have one anywhere that a veteran is laid.
Gotcha. So that's awesome. So that's December 17th. That's
December
a Saturday
17th.
at noon. The ceremony is kicking off.
Yep.
Excuse me.
We welcome anybody, all ages. We actually encourage people to bring their kids, because part of the Wreaths Across America mission is remember, honor, teach. And that teach portion of it is teaching our next generation the sacrifices that people in the military make and what it takes to keep that freedom.
Now, you mentioned that you're into bikes. You got the motorcycle thing going on. Are you tying that into Wreaths Across America at all?
Absolutely. One of the so my motorcycle club, Fallen Saints, we are actually a national club, mostly military veterans. All of our chapters across the U.S., we do fundraising for Wreaths Across America. And so one of the things that we did this year is we did a lot of fundraising, raised over $1,800 towards Wreaths Across America, and with that, we were able to do 100% coverage at at Eastern Carolina State Veteran Cemeteries, along with some donations from some other folks. But
that's awesome.
That's the main thing of our motorcycle club, is promoting veterans' causes and honoring those that have served.
Bring that all in. So you're tying everything into one on December 17th. You're bringing all your
Absolutely.
hobbies together.
And there'll actually be a motorcycle escort of the wreaths in that day.
Nice.
So if people are getting out there, we suggest people get there about 11:30 or so you can see the motorcycles come in. And of course, there'll be some leadership from Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. Colonel Sage, Chief Wagner, all those folks at the base are real supportive of it. And everybody on base, we've got some volunteers coming out from the base, from Airman Leadership School stuff. So
awesome. So that'll be a lot of fun. Again, December 17th, noon, Evergreen Memorial Cemetery.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your time here in Goldsboro. You've been here about a year and a half.
Right.
You're from the Carolinas, South Carolina,
from Charleston,
correct?
South Carolina.
So you're a little north now, but what is your impression of the community? What's your favorite part of Goldsboro?
We love it here. My wife and I absolutely love it here. I have a 12-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old son. We like the speed of life here. We moved here in 2015 from San Antonio. San Antonio, fantastic. Love my job there as an instructor, but too fast. It's too fast for me. We love it here.
Life.
Goldsboro, it's got a lot to offer. It's growing very fast. There's a lot of stores, a lot of stuff going on downtown. The beautification of old downtown Goldsboro that the city is putting on is fantastic. It's bringing some life back into the city. But I think the thing that I like the most about here, San Antonio was fantastic because you had everything right there. You could leave and go 10 minutes as long as traffic wasn't bad, 10 minutes to whatever store you wanted to. Here, you have enough at your disposal, but if you can't find it here in Goldsboro, you can go to Greenville, you can go to Smithfield, you can go to Raleigh, but you still have that quiet, hometown feel to where you don't have to plan an hour ahead to go 15 miles down the road like you do in a big city. And so we love Goldsboro. And plus, 3 hours away from Charleston,
can't beat that.
It's close enough to go visit my family. And
but
then,
they can't drop in without letting you know. I understand that. You have to
not that I would hate for
amount.
any of my family to drop in case they happen to see the video.
Of course.
But no, I grew up coming up to North Carolina. My family is in the commercial fishing business, so shrimpers and stuff. So Wilmington, Ocracoke, used to go up to Maggie Valley, Pisgah National Forest all the time. So North Carolina is good as home for me, especially Goldsboro.
Coastal life down.
Yeah, especially Goldsboro. Love Goldsboro.
Very awesome. Okay, well, I want to say thank you for being here. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
No, I just love being here. This is my 7th assignment within the Air Force, and this is probably by far my favorite. Just the great relationship that the community has with the base, how supportive everybody is in the Goldsboro area, and just everything about living in Goldsboro and working on the base. The base is very busy. We got a great mission, but leadership is very in tune. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Make It Better campaign, and my squadron, we're like a second family. So no complaints whatsoever. Love it here at Seymour Johnson. Love it here at Goldsboro.
There you go. Couldn't say it better. Well, thank you. Again, I'm Senior Airman Carley Smith here with Master Sergeant Ben Ackerman from Seymour Johnson Air Force Base.